Good news, it's half term, so things are going to be different, and even better news, you don't have to look at me while I'm doing this vlog because I've got lots of other pictures to show you about what's been going on, what is coming, and something extra which you're going to get at the end. Firstly, last week, Molly and I and Lola went along to the Suffolk Owl Sanctuary, which is why you've been looking at this picture. Now, the Suffolk Owl Sanctuary I've visited probably half a dozen times. Obviously Owlbut likes to go there because he can see his sisters, brothers, cousins, but it is actually an amazing place to go. I'm going to show you some more pictures in a minute, but first, one of the things they do twice a day, 11:30 and 2:30, is a flying display. So here's a little look at the flying display that Molly and I watched.
Or Harris's Hawk, if we're being formal and official. Now the Harris Hawk is very, very agile, so one that we love to give out haircuts with. Yes, the closer the better. Now the Harris Hawk is found across central and southern parts of North America. So they're found in places like Arizona, Mexico, wherever you've got a desert, wherever it's nice and dry, this is where you will find these birds. But Derek, I think you've done a fantastic job. And I'm pretty sure we've donked everyone on the head. So we're going to start to send him home before he gets too full. Now we're going to introduce you to Jack and Rose, our two hooded vultures. Now if you were here for this morning's show, this is Toto's parents. So I've got Rose, Harry's got Jack, and these are two fantastic expert flyers. So we've had these guys for quite a long time now. And Toto is their one and only successful chick. Now we're going to keep them fairly close today, because in the breeze, these vultures will probably end up in Essex. So we're going to keep them nice and close. Also means you guys get to see them really up close and lovely. Now for those of you who said that yes, vultures are gross and dirty and disgusting, we're here to prove you lot wrong. Hopefully you will leave this display going, oh my god, vultures are amazing and they're beautiful and they're stunning and they're the most amazing thing in the world. Because they are. Now if you have a quick look at our beautiful vultures, you'll see they've got a lovely little cute ruffle of feathers on the back of their head. Looks adorable. They've got lovely bright pink faces. And if you look very, very closely, you'll even see they've tried to put on a little bit of makeup. A lovely bit of blue eyeliner for you. So they have a very, very beautiful, lovely little face, and they're really, really trying to look beautiful.
And now I'm going to show you some other pictures from times that I was there, and not only do they have birds of prey, vultures, hawks, kestrels, owls, but they also have red squirrel. Not very often will you see a red squirrel, and meerkats, and something new that we haven't seen before, which was an armadillo, but I forgot to take a picture of it, so you can't see what we saw. But it's a fantastic place to go. So that's what we were doing, and it neatly connects in with what you're going to see later in this, because later you're going to see a video from Molly about Halloween, and I know that the Owl Sanctuary are putting on some very special programs for Halloween. So go to their website, have a look. If you're anywhere near, I would recommend you go along. It's absolutely fantastic. We certainly will be going back. So that's what we did last week. This week, as I say, it's half term, so there's no story time, have a go at history, making with Molly, although there is actually, but never mind, I'll argue with myself later. And there's no journey through the counties of England. So what you're going to get is, after I've finished talking, please get a move on, who said that? After I've finished talking, you're going to watch a little video Molly made 3 years ago, I think, telling you a bit more about Halloween, which is on Friday of this week. On Tuesday, tomorrow, one of the things that came out of that video was that Halloween is a time when people make soul cakes, and we thought, well, we better make some, so we did. I'm not sure quite how successful it was, but you'll have fun watching, I can assure you. On Wednesday, it's another little video from Molly about autumn, On Thursday, the next thing once you've celebrated Halloween is going to be Guy Fawkes Night, which is November the 5th, which is Wednesday week. So we've got a little video about Guy Fawkes Night. And then on Friday, this is your bonus making with Molly that you didn't know you were going to get and I forgot about. Molly is going to do a little video about Remembrance Day, which is on November the 11th, which is about 2 weeks by. 2 weeks tomorrow, actually. And in that, she will show you how to make your own poppy. So, there you are. That's this week, except, here we go. Here is Molly's little video about Halloween. And just a reminder, have a look at the Owl Sanctuary. It's well worth a visit, and it's so much bigger and it's growing all the time, because not only, I'm thinking, you're getting this as I don't use a script, but not only have they got all the birds that you can see, not only do they have the flying display, not only do they have red squirrels, meerkats, porcupines, have they got porcupines, things, and armadillos, but they are expanding. There's an indoor centre where during the winter they'll be able to do indoor flights. It's not that big. The Boeing won't fit. The 747 will have to remain outside. But apparently they will do indoor flying displays, and there's a play area which Lola absolutely loved. So that's the Owl Sanctuary. Now over to you, Molly, and Halloween.
Hello everyone, it's Molly again, and I'm here with Colin the Crow to share with you all about Halloween. Over 2,000 years ago, the Celts, who were pagan, celebrated a festival called Samhain, and this marked the end of the harvest and the beginning of the dark, cold winter, a time of year that was often associated with death. The Celts believed on the 31st of October, which was the night of the Samhain festival, that all the ghosts returned to the earth. During Samhain, huge bonfires were built where people gathered to burn animals and their crops as a sacrifice to their gods so that they'd be protected from all the evil spirits. They also wore costumes too, to ward off any evil spirits. They believed that by wearing a mask or a costume, the spirits wouldn't recognise them and that they'd leave them alone. And some people also left food outside their houses too as an offering to spirits so that they would be happy and not try to enter into their houses. About 1500 years ago, the influence of Christianity had spread across the lands and had turned November the 1st into All Souls Day. On this day, families would gather to honour their dead relatives and pay respects to those that were close to them by lighting candles and visiting their graves. It's commonly celebrated in Poland, where many people would gather at graveyards, lighting thousands of candles and lighting up the graveyards. This celebration was also known as All Hallows, and the night before was known as All Hallows Eve, and that soon became Halloween. But the word hallow means sacred, because people believed it was a sacred time to pay their respects to those that were close to them. A fun fact is that those that were poor during these festivities, they would beg for food, and people would often give them soul cakes, which were like a type of biscuit. In return, they promised to pray for the family's dead relatives. By the 1950s, the Americans had turned the tradition into a community-centred celebration, and people would go trick-or-treating at their neighbours' houses, and people would have big Halloween parties together with their family and friends, and many still do today. A fun fact is that pumpkin carving and jack-o'-lanterns originated from Ireland, and it first come about by them using potatoes and turnips to carve into, and many of the Irish had migrated over to America, bringing with them their love of carving, and America is known to grow many pumpkins, and so it made sense for them to carve into the pumpkins, and that's where it comes from. They also believed that by carving really scary faces into the pumpkins and placing them by their windows or outside their houses, that they would scare away all the bad ghosts. Here at Forest School, we've had a really busy week celebrating Halloween. Families have enjoyed walking amongst all the bare trees and cool and damp leaves. They've spotted huge spiders, found bugs in slime, found spooky stones to win prizes, dug up skeleton bones, carved pumpkins, and roasted marshmallows around the fire. Colin and I would wish you a very happy Halloween, and we hope that all good things and good spirits come your way and that you have lots and lots of fun. Until next time, goodbye everyone!